Alright, welcome back guys, and in this exciting episode I'm going to be showing you how I retouch this image. So first thing, I take down the highlights, just bring down the highlights so we could bring back some more image, and then take off some more detail on the highlights, and then take up the shadows, also take up the clarity. Now the major purpose of me doing this is trying to flatten out the image, and next I increase the vibrance and also intend to drop the saturation. Now I just really wants these colors to stand out and stand and pop a lot. Okay, so once I think somewhere around there is fine, so we're done with that, and I feel we could go on to load the image. Okay, one more thing, we just drop down the contrast just a little bit to flatten it out some more, and then we'll work back from there. Okay. Okay, so looking at the image straight before us, you can notice that we have a lot of messy hair in the image, so I like to fix that. So I'm pulling up the clone stamp tool. Yes, and if you notice, I'm doing this on a separate layer, and you notice that I'm working with current and below. The sampling of the clone stamp tool is for current and below, so I could actually work with all that. And this is a beautiful way to work with the clone stamp tool, so you could always go, it's non-destructive, 100% non-destructive, so you could always come back and make corrections wherever you see fit. So if you want to know how to use this tool properly, you don't know how to work with that, you could just let me know in the comment section, and I think perhaps I would be doing a video on that soon or later in the future, I don't know, whichever way. Alright, so I'm going to clean up the hair, do some cleanups, and let's see how far we could go and where we could get the hair, how neat we could get the hair. Okay, alright, so we got the image from this to this. That is pretty beautiful. Okay, so the normal day I actually take some more time to work and get this really neat and all, but I feel this really works. So since this is for educational purposes, we could work with that. So I'm going to be opening up the ultimate retouch panel, and we're going to be taking up the 2 frequency separation with the Gaussian blur layer. Does that action, hitting that button and setting the radius just to about that point, about 3.3 thereabouts. That works. Okay, so here, once we do that, it sets up all the layers and selects the mixer brush tool, and we could actually start retouching. Okay, so first thing we did was actually to clear up the blemishes. We had already cleared up the blemishes, but the beautiful thing about this is that the model on this image has a beautiful skin, so we don't have so much, and we could actually decide to skip that and clean up in the mixer brush tool. That's the retouch retouch section. But ideally you should actually take out time to set up those skin blemishes, clean them up, get rid of them before you start your mixer brush retouching and all that. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up. Let's do for the sake of this class, we're just going to speed that up. We're just heading for the places where we have variation in the lightness and shadows, the highlights and shadows, and try to even them out and smoothen them out just to get that beautiful look. So we do that, and let's see how far we could go on the image. Alright, so this is how far we've gone before, after. You could see just subtle changes, and that goes pretty nice. And so we go into the third panel of Ultimate Retouch and we select soft lights or overlay, whichever one actually works, and then you notice I set on black and white help layer. So this is actually meant to help you see the variations, the lightness and darkness, so you could easily see the places that need your dodging or burning. So this is going to rename that to micro dodge and burn. So basically what we're doing with this layer is to fix up any tiny blemish or light and shadow that we could find. Okay, let me see that. Okay, so basically what we're doing here, the target is to get any spot, tiny spot blemish that we could fix up that we couldn't fix up with the mixer brush tool. We actually use the dodge and burn. This is what I like to do most times after frequency separation, just before I do the global dodge and burn. So I just do that fine tune scale. But luckily enough, the model skin, like I said, is really nice, so we don't have so much to do. But sometimes you'd actually need to take out some extra time to get those tiny bits of details fixed, get them sorted out before you move into your global dodge and burn. So for this particular step, you could decide to zoom in. You actually need to zoom in like as far as you can, so you could find those tiny bits of details to fix. Alright, so you just switch from your dodging, burning and all that. So let's get that. So you just need to fix that up, and I guess we're fine with that. So at this point we could now move on to the global dodge and burn. So I'll be creating a new now basically this is just a 50% gray layer. What's this ultimate retouch, once you hit the soft light or overlay, what it does is that it creates a 50% gray layer, and either sets the blending mode to soft light or overlay depending on what you choose. Alright, so once we do that, I normally like to start to highlight, do the highlighting. So I'll work with the dodge and create that triangular pattern just beneath the eye at this point. With this particular lighting setup, this works best. So create that, following the same shape of the face. But when you're doing this, you need to be very careful, because what you're actually doing is trying to reshape the light, and in essence you're actually reshaping the face of your model. So you might want to be careful with this, except you have a particular feel that you're going for, and all that. But I feel this is pretty nice. So once you get something even enough, you could go and dodge the forehead area, and it's more like a circular pattern just around there, and create something. Okay, all right, and then the chin, because of the light area over there, you also do some dodging there. I like to do the nose, but sometimes I prefer burning the edges of the nose, trying to create a slim nose. And so I think, but before we do that, let's burn these edges, the dark areas, cover up that side. So by doing this, you'd actually be altering the shape of the face to a certain extent. Do that, burn the shadows, dark areas. Okay, so after doing that, I could now go to the nose. Alright, so she kind of has a bird nose, but then I love to see the slim nose, something kind of slim and all that and straight. So what you'd like to do if you want to get that look is to burn the edges, could just burn in, try to see how slim we could get. But then again, we don't want to take this too far, so it doesn't look so different from the original, although we know definitely once we're done with this retouch, it's not necessarily going to be looking like the original image. But then, sometimes you might just want to go crazy with some of this stuff. Okay, so burn, we dodge that, sorry, we dodge some more and burn the edges until we could see that standing out. Feel that looks pretty nice. And that looks pretty nice, but I like to burn this area, the hair area, just to round out the forehead a little bit. Just some more, actually more than what is on the original. Create that curve some more, and let's see how we could go with that. So do some more of that over there. Now, like I said, on you can see the before and after. We've actually created a different shape for the model's face. Now, normally, like I said, if I'm going to be doing a beauty retouch, I would take my time and get this, take some more time. But for the sake of this video, we are trying to, speed that up. Just give you a rough idea of how the process goes. You should actually take some more time. Now, because her skin is kind of light, you could actually do some burning on the mid-tones as well. Just see how that goes. Alright, I think I'm kind of liking the results. Oh, I might want to do some more cleanups, but then I guess we'll just work with that. Just work with what we're doing so far and get back to shadows. If you don't know how to work with your dodge and burn, you could also let me know in the comment section probably. Let me know what you want to learn about it, or if you want me to do, if you'd like me to do a video on that, I could do a video on that. Just let me know and we'll work on that. And be sure to turn on the post notification so you could know when I'll be posting that video. We just get to do some more, and okay. Well, ideally, when you're doing the global dodge and burn, you don't want to zoom in so much. You want to actually look at what you're doing to see the progress of what is going on. Once you zoom in, you have higher chances of messing it up. So you just do that gradually, and you achieve what you're looking for. Okay, so we could see the before. Turn off the black and white. Okay, so we could see the normal, that's the help layer. We can see what the image looks like now. Okay, just set that up, and we'll just take down the opacity of the dodge and burn. It's a little too much, so we could do some fixing. That's fine. So Control E to merge those layers. And now what I want to do on this image, or this particular one, is I'm doing the 3 frequency separation method. Normally, whichever one would actually work. So you could decide to do the normal double frequency separation layer and work with that, but I'm just helping you see, for those of you working with the Ultimate Retouch Panel, just so you could see how these things work. Right, so the reason for me doing another frequency separation layer, so I could fix up any mistakes or any problems I have from the dodge and burn. So those hash areas, this is a lot easier to even out. So I could just come up to those transitions, have some more smoothing in the transitions, so we'll just have a smooth fall off from shadows to the lights, lights to the shadows as well. So once we're done with that, we just go around, do some more. I like to get those cheekbone area, just smoothing it out. Let's get that transition looking nice. Okay. Sorry, need to get back. Made a mistake there. brush size was a little too big. Okay. Alright. Smoothing all those edges out. Yeah, I feel the result is pretty nice. Yeah. Yeah, ideally we should actually take some more time to do this, but it's getting this really fast. And notice where we're coming from. This is the original image to this. We've actually done quite a lot. She looks entirely different now. Okay, some crime, kind of changing people's faces. Well, on a normal day you shouldn't do this, except you have a particular thing that you're targeting, or sometimes when I work on beauty retouch, I don't know, sometimes I just feel like going crazy with them, but then on a normal day when clients, regular clients come to meet me, I hardly do that, except that's exactly what they want. They're specific about it. But be careful when you're working with clients. You might want to keep things on the simple side, moderate, so you don't get to step on toes, and get to do what people don't like. It's all about customer satisfaction and all. So whichever works, you just need to be careful and all that. Okay, so once we're done with that, I think that's fine. We could merge the layer down, hitting Command E or Control E, And next thing I want to do is liquify, like kind of fix up some areas of the image, the photo. Personally, it's fine, it's okay, but I just feel like, I should do this, kind of take in the face a little bit and make her face look slimmer than it is. Kind of, yeah, so the forehead area, and then pulling out the hair some more, just reduce the brush size and dragging that down a little. But if I'm going to be doing that, I might need to take in the edges of the forehead so it doesn't look like a lollipop. Okay, don't mind me. Alright, so just need to set that up. Just minor, you need to be very careful with the Liquify so you don't mess up the whole thing. Just adjust that. I feel like I could actually take the forehead area a little bit, but then the hair around here, yeah, I personally don't like the way that looks, so I might just push it in a little bit, just so it doesn't look like the hair is all over the place. Now, this is not 100% necessary, but personal preference, like I said, whichever way works for you. I feel this looks nicer for me, and it has, creates that illusion of having a slimmer face overall. Okay, I think we'll work with that. That's pretty fine. So subtle changes, but that goes a long way. So once we're done with that, we have that, and you could see the difference. I totally love this. I prefer this, before, after, and I prefer this. So I guess I'll stick with that. I should stick with that, and we'll do some more. Alright, so next we'll do some skin tone. I need to tan the skin, just to get just a little bit darker and have some, more color coming in through just for the skin, and we just have that. Alright, so before we actually work with the tan skin action on Ultimate Retouch, just doing this just to bring back some more color, so vibrance and all that. That's why we had to go to camera raw again. Alright, so now we could work with tan skin. Yeah, tan skin, and it just runs everything. Now all you need to do is just brush over the skin area and it works magic. It's cool. Okay, this is, I love the way it's coming through though. So just brush over the whole area. I should do some more, pay some more attention to this, but just doing it on the rough, and you can see before after. That works fine by me. And next, you can notice I just turned on the boost layer and I'm dragging the opacity a little bit just to have some more tan on the image. I love the way tan looks on this particular skin tone, and that's a personal preference thing, and that's fine. So hit up the eye tool just to work on the eye and set up a nice radius for the sharpening, and every other thing, the panel just works everything out for you. And you could just go in with, I think we need to even zoom in some more. Okay, no, that doesn't work, so Ctrl Z. We need to just do some sharpening only on the iris area and a little bit on the lid. Okay, I think that works. I know, do some more work. Okay, the iris color, what this does is it actually desaturates. Here it's desaturating, and that's okay. It takes out that color and gives us something nice, you know, trying to create. Now this brightness, we have it too much, so taking down the flow. I believe we know how the flow works, flow for every brush, you know. And because the way the eye is, that's too bright though. I'll take the flow down some more, and I just want the outer area to have that bright look, and you know, the highlights as well, and also the outer area. Same thing for this eye, same thing. Okay, so this for the eyeball, that layer is for the eyeball. Now you could actually choose to do some of this on almost like the iris layer as well that we just came from, but for the sake of organizing your work, you know, it's nice when the panel actually breaks this down for you, and you can do this on separate layers. It's really great. Like, it's a great tool, very great tool. And that's, you know, the dodge and burn for the eyeball and also the iris. You could just make those changes and see that burn that area, so we could have that portion pop some more. And once it pops out, notice that the eye stands out some more, you know, get that dark portion. Notice that, sorry, my alarm. Okay, do the same thing to the next, actually do the same thing to the next eye, the eyelid. And let's get that to pop some more. Okay, so once we have that, we could just, you know, some of this, like the iris, I guess the iris seems too bright, so we could just take the opacity down a little, just a little, but then the eye pops really nice. We could drop the overall, drop the opacity some more, sharpness on the opacity. So yeah, could take that brightness. Yeah, I guess overall with this we're good to go, so we could move on to the next thing. Yeah, you notice that I think that's basically let's see how everything looks. So the progress so far, retouch from this to this, we've gone really far. Like really far, and all, and yeah, this looks pretty, really pretty. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know, but I feel I like to have some more headroom on this photo. So let's see how the cropping affects the photo. If it looks nicer, work with it. Some more headroom. Okay, I guess I need to change up the background color. This kind of looks nice, but I'll need to change the background color. Yeah. Okay, but that's not exactly the color we need for this, so I guess we need to get out of the crop before we could pick that. We can't actually pick the color. Okay, yeah, so we just cancel. No, Control Z. All right, so we need to pick the background color, the right color, and we do some of that and try to get the same thing, you know, bring the model down just to create some more headroom and change the background color. Yeah, I guess this looks nice. This looks nicer to me, and but we need to do some fixing on the background there. It looks pretty obvious, so we could okay, yeah, you see the difference. And so I guess what we could do is work with the healing brush tool or the mixer brush tool there. And this is it's not going to work, so we'd rather work with the healing brush tool. Yeah, there it is. So we could just heal that, pick a sample from there, pick another sample, you know, clean up that area, another sample until it blends in nicely. I need some more over there. Okay, so that's nice to get that in. So this is how far we have come from this to this. I guess that's a beautiful work. Now for some places we should have actually taken some more time to get it and, you know, do some subtle changes, you know, get milder results on some areas, but I guess this is a beautiful thing. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, share, like, comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao ciao.